Hi, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns. You're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role-playing games with friends. This is the fifth session of Last Imperial Fleet. This is part of Star Wars Saturdays, where on Saturdays I run games set in the universe of Star Wars. It's an ongoing anthology series. So other than this one, I almost always have a new game every month, but we're running a 2-month series. That's why we got into 5 sessions of Last Imperial Fleet. Last Imperial Fleet is my Star Warsy reskin of the excellent Black Armada RPG known as Last Fleet. Last Fleet is Battlestar Galactica with the serial numbers filed off, but a lot of flexibility to allow you to do other interpretations of the last of humanity running away from an unknowable alien force. So in Last Imperial Fleet, it is tweaked in that this is a fleet of Imperials, including a Star Destroyer that fled after Emperor Palpatine was killed in the second Death Star, because these Imperials feared that their way of life and the Empire itself was at severe risk due to the rebel scum that had assassinated the beloved Emperor. So that is why they fled, and through some back channel conversations, it has been revealed that the fleet has arrived at a place known as the Cornacht Cluster, an area of immense gas and nebulae. Nebulae. I'm going with nebulae. At the center of the galaxy, located in the far sector. So if you think about Coruscant being in the center of the known galaxies, and if you think of Galactic West, the Cornacht Cluster is to the Galactic West. It is they're on the border. The fleet is currently on the border of what is known as the Galactic Barrier, which is a cosmic bramble of hyperspace anomalies situated along the western edge. The barrier prevents exploration of the unknown regions, hence why they're called the unknown regions. So that is where the scuttlebutt is. And of course, only people of certain clearance are allowed to know because rebel spies. But the scuttlebutt is pretty heavy here in this fine fleet of upstanding Imperials. So let's circle around and do a quick reminder and introduction. So let's start off with Stephen. If you could introduce yourself, tell us about your character.
Hi, my name is Steven. My pronouns are he, him. And today I'm playing Rev, Lada Kana, whose pronouns are she, her. Rev is short for revenge. That's her call sign. She's a TIE fighter pilot. She grew up on the moon of Endor, and then, her family was kind of marooned there, and they formed a village with other people who were marooned there. And then these nice Imperials came in who gave them supplies and money in exchange for trade. And she taught them how to fly really fast through the Endorian forests. But then the nasty rebels, terrorists, destroyed the second Death Star, which then destroyed her village on the moon of Endor because it was attached to the Imperial base. So, she's out to get any of the rebels she can.
Funny story, Stephen. I have a search term that YouTube remembers because I every Saturday morning will go search for Star Wars soundscapes. So I like to have a little bit of Star Wars-y type background music while I'm reading through things or just getting ready for the game. And one of the first ones that popped up most recently was here. Let me read it to you. It is called "Falling Asleep on Rainy Endor: Relaxing Star Wars Ambiance." That made me chuckle just a little bit. Thank you, Stephen. Greg, you're up next. Introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
Hi, I'm Greg. I use he, him pronouns. I am playing Corporal Tagashia, who's she, her pronouns. Tagashia is a Chits, the blue-skinned aliens from Star Wars with the red eyes. Tagashia was a Imperial assassin and sort of worked in the Imperial wet work, Imperial gray legal areas during the Galactic Civil War, and sort of saw that the Coruscant was falling and that her crimes would be in danger. Her crimes would put her in danger, so joined up as a recruit without any official rank, but has recently been promoted to corporal after the boarding action on the Ithorian hive ship we now call the Bazaar. She jacked into the hyperdrive computer, was able to stop it from jumping to hyperspace and stop the bomb from exploding everyone and killing everyone, but only by making a deal with her previous handler, Sorn. And the deal was that Togashi had to make sure that Jaina became the head of the ISB. And that's not problematic at all. Yeah. And also, because we're going to hit that beginning of session move, Togashi also killed Marwan's grandmother. And there's definitely going to be fallout from that soon. So looking forward to it.
We shall see. The dice will tell us how soon that will happen. Thank you so much. Jex, you're up.
Hi, I'm Jex Thomas. I use they, them pronouns, and I am playing Lieutenant Commander Jaina Madar, who uses she or they pronouns. Jaina is a member of the ISB, and as Togashi mentioned, may be getting a promotion soon. Who knows? We'll see. And Jaina is the Scorpio playbook, which is sort of like the sleeper agent, the Gaius Baltar type. And she's becoming increasingly aware of the stuff she's doing when she's sleeping. So that's not going to be a problem at all either.
Indeed, no problems at all. Everything in the Empire is tip-top shape. And then Sawyer, welcome back. Please introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
I am Sawyer, or also known as Ferret. I use any pronouns, and I am playing Marwan Ganson, who uses he, him pronouns, who was curiously absent last session. And shall see what troubles he gets into. But he is the grandson of the dead Moff Ganson, who has been lovingly assassinated by our Corporal Togashi, and has a certain fondness for Jaina getting this promotion, most likely. So we shall see how this goes.
Indeed, we shall. But first, we begin one of those like opening sequences that don't feature any of the principal cast. In fact, we see the camera like this, like down hallways of the Star Destroyer. And as this reading is taking place, we also see glimpses of other ships in the fleet, from the Reclamation, the Gazanti class cruiser that is the TIE fighter carrier, to some of the Imperial pilots still in the TIE Hunters, and the Star Galleon, the New Harbinger, the Leviathan, and finally ending in the forested jungle of the Bazaar. And what we hear, speaking over the loudspeakers of all of these ships in a simulcast, is Commandant Okma, the leader of Compnor, responsible for the cheer and well-being of the fleet. And she...
Greetings. And I shall read from a piece of Emperor Palpatine's inaugural speech, delivered 16-5.24. By bringing all the galaxy under one law, one language, and the enlightened guidance of one individual, the corruption that plagued the Republic in its later years will never take root. Regional governors will eliminate the bureaucracy that allowed the separatist movement to grow unchecked. A strong and growing military will ensure the rule of law. Please keep this in mind as we continue our recruitment to fill our ranks with upstanding Imperial soldiers. You too can become a stormtrooper. Thank you all. Glory to the Empire.
Glory to the Empire.
Yes, there are a large number of people who also call out glory to the Empire, if for nothing else than to be heard by the others who might be nearby listening to hear if they say it. So when it finally come down to the brig, as Commandant Okma finishes her speech, what's the reaction we have from Rev? What is she doing in the brig?
I think Rev has installed an impromptu pull-up bar, and it's like exercising. And we see sweat just running down her, and she's like, working out. And she works out all through the speech, and then when we're at end, she kind of stops, and when he says, whenever the normal call and response would occur, that's whenever she drops to the ground and salutes and waits for a little bit, and then sits down and kind of breathes pretty heavy there.
You hear a voice, Rev, from the nearby cell. Lieutenant Kana, am I correct?
Yes. We're not supposed to be talking to each other.
I outrank you, Kana. So I take it you know who I am.
Yes, sir.
Why were you thrown in here? What exactly did you do? I thought you were awarded a medal. I thought the CAG loved you.
I disrespected my chain of command, sir.
Tut tut. How long will you be in here for?
As long as it takes for me to learn my lesson, sir.
Is that lesson learned, Lieutenant?
That's not for me to decide. That's for my command to decide, sir.
Good answers, good answers. I'm a victim of politics, you see, Lieutenant. I am a victim. I've been accused of a murder that I had nothing to do with, and they have refused my attempts to reach out to my good friend, Marwan. If you are released, Lieutenant Kana, I would appreciate if you would deliver my message.
Is that an order, sir?
It is indeed an order, Lieutenant.
Yes.
I want to speak with Marwan Ganson at the soonest.
Yes, sir.
Good. At ease. And then he turns and sits down. So let's check in. Oh, I'm really curious. What has Marwan Ganson been up to for the last few days during this assault on an Athorian colony world?
I'm not quite sure yet. I think he was probably helping Gloria, or the tidying up of the loose ends of that Grath Bolt's death. Is that correct? The name?
Yeah, that is exactly Bolt, the former leader of the ISB. By the way, I put the dead folks, which I'm gonna have to expand out because you keep killing so many folks. Maybe I'll do a second row of dead folks, but it starts on down on row 30 of our NPCs. So if you need to double check names and that kind of stuff, Lieutenant Commander Grath Bolt is the person who was assassinated by Glory, with evidence pointing to Obok II.
Yeah, and I think it's been a while since he was He's seen the cloning vats, and he might need to take a friend or a comrade in there with him.
Who could that be?
Well, he's not had a talk with Tagashia for a while, and she has been promoted recently.
Nice. So let's say that you're heading to meet with Tagashia, but I want to fulfill a wish that is 2 sessions going. But before I do that, there is a die roll to start a session that must happen. And then a few others that we may want to check in. So what I want to do is start a session stuff, then Jaina and Tagashia in a scene with Marwan arriving. Is that cool? All right. So first we start with compromised.
Compromised. That would be me. And so just because we haven't done it yet, oops. That's the wrong move. So at the beginning of session, if you are not currently in the middle of trying to throw someone off the scent, roll plus smooth. On a hit, I'm offered an opportunity. On a 7 or less, though, someone notices a flaw in my cover story. All right, here we go. I roll flat for smooth because I'm so good at it.
Mm-hmm.
That's an 8.
Oh my. Yeah. So on a 7 or on a hit, you're offered an opportunity that nobody would ever give you if they knew. And the thing is the assassination of our fair Moth, the grandmother of Marwan Ganson. And I think that the opportunity, yeah, we're going to work that in. Let's have this Jaina and Tagashia meeting. So Jaina, why is it that you and the corporal are talking? Maybe you found out a bit about the why you received such a high honor, the Nova Star?
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to think about how that would get back to me. Well, I suppose I would know that Tagashia made this commendation. Greg, where do you think we meet?
Oh, that's a good question. So we're eventually gonna end up at the cloning bats. I think so we're on Pandora's grasp. Tagashia is, if you have an idea, go for it.
Yeah, it kind of just came to me. What if we're in like Bolt's office and I'm sitting at Bolt's desk?
Oh, yeah.
I have not officially gotten any kind of word that's,
Yeah, you haven't received the official note, but someone's got to work out of that office, right?
Yeah.
Does Tagashia like know that you're there? Did you call Tagashia there? Does she just happen to open the door and see you there?
I think I sent like an ISB lackey to collect you.
Oh. Oh, I love it.
Oh, you all should not have given me any power.
So good. Why would we not? We love this.
So is it just some unnamed, or is that going to be Topol?
Sure.
Ensign
Yeah.
Topol.
Yeah, I think that works.
Poor Ensign Topol getting pulled into BS again. That's good.
Yeah. Oh, poor Livia.
Former sous chef who now is. Yep.
Oh, I love it that one of my underlings, like, I would imagine that Topol's part of my squad, but then she like gets this notification. Is like, I have to escort you. And
there's
her junior service for her junior, like her rotation. She has to do something for the ISB, and she's like, we need to go to the Madar's office. So it's like Madar's office, and I'm like, this is Bolt's office. Jaina, what sort of looking around.
Come in, have a seat. Ensign, you may go. Thank you for your help.
Yes, ma'am. And she snaps off a pretty good salute and gives a last look at Tagashia, like, sorry, and she's out.
Please sit.
Actually, we'll just very like not the one right across from you at the desk, but like the couch that's farther away.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something you need, Lieutenant Commander?
I just was curious about something. She's here proudly displaying her medal. I hear that you have a hand in this. That you made a commendation. I mean, there's video and everything, or holo video, whatever. I have to say, I'm quite curious why.
We all strive to serve the Emperor's command, and those who do so exemplary must be recognized, and I need to roll cover up.
Yeah.
Do it.
Oh.
When you cover up something serious, roll with smooth. I think we've established your smooth is a 0.
Yes, and I normally would get a bonus, but I don't think this specifically applies to my compromised, so I'm going to roll flat. And that's a 3, and there's not enough stress in the world.
Yeah, and cover up, there's no, this is what happens when you fail. So
it transparently, I'm guessing that Tagashia is putting on an air here.
Cut the truck. Why would you try to convince me that this was the honorable thing to do, that you did this for the right reasons? We both know who each other are. We can be honest.
That last phrase takes Tagashia back a second.
I think that might be calling you on your shit, actually, now that I think about it.
Oh,
yes!
Yeah, I think you might be. I think you might
that's
be
so
calling
good.
Tagashia on her shit. She's got a lot of shit to call on, so.
Yeah. Okay. Get to roll plus hard, which is not my strong suit. Let's see.
Oh, that's true. This is a relationship. You can sub out relationship. Thank you very much.
We
missed you, Sawyer.
Yes.
I definitely do that.
Okay.
Which
and real quick, you part of calling someone on their shit is telling them what their problem is.
Okay.
Which I think is a little. It's almost there for me, but I want it clarified just so I know how to react.
Yeah, I think your problem is that at this point we're pretty deep in the shit together, whether we like it or not. And there's plenty of reasons for me to still lie. But from Jaina's perspective, this is just,
Right. Why am
artifice.
I? Yeah,
there's no reason. Yeah. So if I sub in relationship, that bumps a 6 up to an 8.
Ooh. And you can't take stress if you want to push that.
That's true. It is not a cardinal.
Where am I
Take
at
pressure.
with-
Pressure. Sorry, not stress.
Pressure. Yeah, sorry.
Where am I at with my pressure?
You're good. You're at 2.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I am going to push that twice up to a 10.
Go on a 10 plus. They're limited to the first 2 options. Act to prove you wrong by doing what you ask. Openly and forcefully refuse to do what you ask them to. So what is it that Jane is like, tell me the truth, right? Tell me why you really did that. Is that what is you're demanding? All right.
Yes.
Oh man, I'm really torn because there's 2 really good ways to handle this. Oh shoot. So yeah. All right. Just looks up and down Jaina for a second. I made a deal. I made a deal with Sorn. You know Sorn. That might be new to Jaina.
Yeah, I think it's more interesting if her reaction is, who?
I made a deal with Sorn, you know, Sorn. And I took the best route I could to follow up on it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the ISB will be in good hands with you when you become commander, Jaina Madar. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make that happen.
Well, I believe the second part of that. I mean, I believe that you believe the second part of that. She's really, for a moment, just kind of trying to figure out, like, how does she play this Sorn thing? I mean, she I think that she didn't actually say who. I feel like Jaina plays things closer to the chest than that. But there probably was a look that kind of betrayed that she does not, in fact, know who that is. Corporal, can you put me in touch with Sorn? Seems that I have an ally that I wasn't aware was an ally.
Wasn't aware they were an ally?
Well, I guess I didn't realize that our relationship was as strong as it is. Maybe that's a better way to put it. I feel like there's an opportunity for you to call me on my shit.
I feel like and just go, Jaina. Honestly, I'm afraid of Sorn. I think if I facilitated that, he might kill me. In fact, he might kill us both.
Well, now I care. Thank you for sharing that with me. She responds warmly.
Yeah. I'll roll plus warm, which is not great. Yep, that's a 0. Okay. And then you don't reach out with relationship, right? That's the one thing you don't. Yes. Okay. And that's a 9. I can't push it. So sorry, Jaina. I'm going to really erase some pressure.
I think that makes sense. You're kind of coming clean a little bit.
Yeah.
And this information
Racing,
actually
what if
is
you're
worse for
too
Jaina,
pressure? Right? Selfish thing.
Yep. Yeah. But since you respond positively to it, but I think you understand the mission better than I do. So if you think that's necessary, you know where to find me. And I think that's when she leaves.
That pisses Jaina off. Yeah, and I think we get a shot of Jaina reaching her gloved hand out and straightening something on Bolt's desk. It's still all his stuff.
Nice. I was really curious if any of this stuff had been cleared off. So yeah, Takasha, you move to leave. I'm going to pause for a moment because Jaina Madar, you have a start a session move because I don't think you're dealing with the fallout of being a sleeper agent right this moment. Or do you?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I mean, I think I'm always dealing with it. But
that's true. That is a very nebulously worded trigger.
Not in the spirit of the move, I think. Okay, so I will roll plus sharp, which is another flat roll. That's a 7. So 7 to 9, choose one. there won't be widespread consequences.
Okay.
Um,
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be giggling at the result of your mixed results.
I feel like there should be one of those, like, not to toot my own horn here too much, but there should be one of those Galaxy Brain memes where, like, the bottom one is PBTA players make hard moves on themselves.
You definitely are the poster child for that. I think that's amazing. And then I believe we have one more start a session move. And since we're bringing you into the scene, because I think when Togashiya, when you open the door to exit Jaina's office, Marwan's right freaking there.
Okay, so I'll roll mine, I guess.
Yeah, I have seen it, right? Once per session. So
That is an 8.
awesome. And
So I can either mark pressure to have the vision or not have one and remove pressure.
yep.
I'll mark pressure. That puts me near a breaking point.
Oh, delightful. Sweet. So the visions are troubling. Hold a vision, but mark pressure. So you spend a vision to declare you recognize the scene from a vision. So you, at any point, just say that. And yeah, Togashiya is standing there. There are little corporal bars. And Jaina Madar is in Bolt's office. So just to insert a little bit of what you also notice, Marwan, you also notice that Shobus, if you recall, she likes to use little camera drones. Shobus had a camera drone that was in the hallway before you arrived. It was viewing Bolt's office. And then when you started down the hallway, it just started to float away. But yeah, Marwan is standing right there, Togashiya, preventing your egress. What do you do?
Gensen,
Just who I wanted to see. How pleasant. Enjoying the new accommodations, Jaina.
Oh, the door is like still open. I guess I didn't realize that. Oh shit! I don't even know what you'd say to this. I mean, it's something subtly unpleasant. I guess that's as far as I got.
And so he'll just take that with aplomb, and I think give an honest salute to Togashiya. Congratulations. Please.
my apologies, Lieutenant.
No apologies needed. Please, this way. We should give her her privacy.
The door has already slid closed.
Yeah.
Lieutenant, I must say I'm surprised.
Oh, you shouldn't be. I mean, you don't think you've gotten all your rewards for what transpired, did you?
The honor of becoming a corporal is enough for me.
Nonsense. Nonsense, please. I have something I think you'd want to see, something you'd want to be witness to.
Certainly.
And while we're on the way, we can have a pleasant conversation. How are you and Lieutenant Commander Madar's relationship been going lately?
I look forward to the Lieutenant Commander's oversight of the ISB, should she be chosen.
Oh, don't we both?
Which is like the biggest non-answer.
You know you're her type, don't you?
Lieutenant Gensen, I prefer not to discuss the and it's like I think Glory probably like passes in the background just subtly, Because there was a moment between Glory and Tagashia last session. Just
Oh, perfect. So I don't want
Yes.
Glory to pass by. I want Glory to join. I'd wanted her to join us anyway. And since
That's awesome. She totally comes like hustling
other
up the
side.
hallway to join you and just like falls in on the other side of Marwyn.
and if I may, I think Marwyn like notices the like I don't like to talk about, and sees Gloria, sees like, oh, so she's not yours. My apologies. I didn't mean to overstep.
No offense taken, Lieutenant.
No, you're a pragmatic one. Gloria, how have you been?
I'm quite well, Mr. Ganson. Thank you for asking. I received a promotion for the actions on the bazaar.
Yes, and both of you need to be rewarded in such ways that has not been beyond a medal, and I can give it to you both.
She seems a little nervous about that, but says, of course, Mr. Ganson.
Lieutenant Ganson, perhaps I could propose a suitable gift.
You may.
I have some concerns about Lieutenant Rev in the brig. I'm concerned for her health.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. I've seen her take enough morphine to down a bantha before. I'm sure she can handle herself.
I feel that someone of your station may try to butter up Ganson a little bit here, may be able to smooth any rough edges with the CAG.
Marwyn stops, but pivots directly. Corporal Tagashia, are you saying you need my help?
Glory leans forward a little bit to look across Marwyn, to see how Tagashia reacts to that question.
My apologies, Lieutenant. I may have perhaps spoken beyond my station.
No, it's just so many unexpected things lately. I will check in on Rev. And I think they've reached the doors with the to the clones. And he'll I think walk them past like all these different little tanks with them until they come to the one that's I want to say like half filled with Moff Gansen's rekindling.
Mm-hmm. Like in process, being grown, kind of deal.
I can imagine like you have one full arm, like with the Disney like thing where like there's a bar over the top because you can't show anything.
That's right.
And Glory, what does this bring you?
I'm not sure what you mean, sir.
To know that they're rekindling, reconstituting Moff Ganson, one who's had her chance, one who found herself, well, wanting.
I would assume that is up to whoever controls the cloning vats if she was to return.
You're a rekindler. You believe in the rekindling creed, don't you? We all should control who comes back. I believe I don't remember giving permission for my grandmother's dat to be used. I think this was Obok Vandar II's doing.
It's my understanding, Lieutenant Marwin, that Obak has already been apprehended for the assassination of our previous commander, Bolt.
Yes, I understand that. I have the records. I've had his requests coming to me over and over and over. But I digress. This is a waste. She does not serve a purpose anymore, unlike you, Gloria. Unlike you, Dagashia. And I think he will like take a like hold out his hand for Gloria's hand.
She puts her hand into yours. She seems still just a little confused.
You know, like pull out like this little lancet, get like just a little drop, and then look to who?
Are you offering to clone Tagashia?
I'm not. I was offering to clone. I mean, your girlfriend believes in it. I'll have
Right.
I'm offering to give her a backup. I'm offering to give you the chance to flush Moff Ganson.
Wow. That's an opportunity you should not get.
Oh boy.
Although if she's around, then you didn't murder anybody.
Yeah. I mean, it's an opportunity for sure. I'm gonna take it. I erase 1 pressure and mark 1 XP. 0 pressure.
Yeah, force to be reckoned with right before you hit your next breaking point.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's just I think it happens off screen, but there's just a button press. Is like Marwin's hand on top of Tagashia's as she does it?
No, I think Marwin like literally like turn like you start seeing like the liquid like coming down from the tank, like, draining out,
Right.
and like he turns around and the camera catches him like standing in front of the tank instead of his grandmother, as whatever happens to the proto clone
Right.
happens, and like once he steps away, there's nothing inside the tank.
Oh man.
I think we see Marwin turns his back, but I think we see the horror on Glory's face as she watches this, fascinated and horrified at the same time of seeing this bit of her faith in this faction shaken. How callously this is handled.
We must keep those who show promise, Glory. And he'll drop her blood into one of the chambers and start making a clone of her. Only those who honor the rekindlers should be reborn, not those who drag us down.
Thank you.
And I'm going to try and reach out to Tagashia as he turns around. He turns around with a smirk on his face. How did it feel?
Ooh. Oh. So you're sharing your feelings?
I think like this is you realizing that Marwin took pleasure from this as well.
Oh yeah, right. Oh. Is this okay? Is this you reaching out, or is this Tagashia covering up at this point? Like holding it together?
Either or, I'm fine with
Because I feel like anything she would say in response to that would be a cover up.
Gotcha. That's fair.
right? Because that like, yeah, to not just blurt out that was the best thing ever, like
The second time's even better than the first.
right. Yeah.
But if it's a reach
Oh.
out, are you responding positively to it then?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I think Tayashi, I will just say, you're right, Ganzen. We must only keep those. We must only rekindle those who are valuable. Which I guess is I guess that is me responding positively.
Okay, so I will roll with my semi-decent warm. Ooh, it is a 9. And since you have no pressure, I guess I'll have to erase one of my own. Or can I let you mark experience with this as well?
No, it's only pressure for that one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's reach out.
Then I shall just and I shall advance from that. But I think that's I'm happy with what I got out of that scene.
Yeah.
If we're fine moving on.
You both increase your relationship by 1. And that is pretty cool. So I have a thing with Rev. Rev, you're still waiting. You're still imprisoned. When you hear an absence of noise, like outside, normally you hear stormtroopers just they march back and forth, and it stopped just a few moments ago. It's enough to seem weird.
Have the non-people noises, so like the buzzing of the lights and all that kind of stuff, is that still continuing?
I'm sorry, my internet connection got a little wonky there. Can you restate your question?
Yeah. What about the noise from other things like the lights and the electricity in the walls and that kind of stuff? Is that stopped?
That has not stopped. Basically, It's as if someone called away the guards.
Ooh.
They normally change. Like stormtroopers will come in, relieve the others. No one is left untended.
Okay.
And when you caution a look out the port, you see something on the floor. It looks like this. Longer than your finger, like perhaps from your middle finger to the edge of your palm is the length of this little arthropod. And it is moving past your door towards the next cell.
I think I bang on the wall and I tell Obek, look alive.
What? It's taking a nap. What?
Get up. Yeah. Get up on your cot, sir. And avoid the bug that is coming into your office. I've seen things like this on Endor, into your cell. And things that look like this are usually a warning. They can be quite a concern. They shouldn't be on a spaceship.
Why, you know what? Being from Endor, you would recognize this little arthropod. There are ones like it on Endor. This one originally from the jungle planet of Indomundo. It's a Kohune. venomous arthropod. They could be trained, actually.
Mhm.
And you give warning to Obok. Yeah, I think you're trying to shake off a threat by giving him that warning.
Yeah, perfect. That is with hard. I am 0. Let's see what that looks like. So that's a 5. What is a 7 to 9?
On shake off on a 7 to 9, the GM will choose.
Let's see. Yeah, so I'll mark. No, I'm not gonna mark pressure. I'm gonna see what the hard move is. Let's see what happens there.
Okay.
And I'm like, I think I'm calling in, into the guards. There's a foreign there's a threat here to the prisoners. Please send help. Someone's about to be very sick. Please. And, I might even try and pull rank. And say, there is a threat to a superior officer.
Mm-hmm.
And, any of you grunts out there need to get down here right away.
You know what? Obok is screaming. It's fast. It's so fast.
Could this be a pull strings, maybe?
It could be. You hear some commotion as he's like trying to flip the bed over onto the thing, but the bed isn't designed to come off the wall, so he's like trying to flip the mattress. You're trying to pull strings on the fleet to stop this assassination, or that sounds good. Roll plus smooth. Sounds good.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing.
That's smooth. You have a -1. Good luck there.
Yeah. Let's see. So that's a 5.
Mm-hmm.
And do I want to spin the... Yeah, I think that's worthwhile to pull someone else in. I'm going to spend 2 pressure and make that a 7 in order to get, see what kind of attention I can draw.
Nice. So in the move, on a hit, you gain help with specific tasks from an NPC, gain temporary access to rare restricted equipment, change people's behavior on the fleet at large. Feels like you're getting help with a specific task?
I think that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you choose 2.
Yes, I do. And I'm just going to ask you, who is someone you'd rather not get involved with, Rev?
Yeah. I think at this point it's the CAG, because the CAG would be very, is not happy with me.
No, she's not.
Yeah.
Yes, you start making commotion, you start calling out, and of course, everything here is recorded. So you're pulling strings by just making this audible, and then you hear several stormtroopers come in, and door is open to O-Box. You hear there's a few blasters. They just firing it up with amazing stormtrooper accuracy. But O-Box Vandar survives. And then you see the CAG enter. And she turns and looks into your cell, then heads past. And there's a very nervous, not quite crying, but definitely shaken O-Box Vandar II. And he's thankful. And as long as it isn't humanoid shape, they get +20 ac. That's awesome. They can't fail. She assures Vandar he'll be moved to another cell. And when he starts to try to pull rank, she pretty much ignores him. And then has the stormtroopers drag him over or escort him to another cell. And she comes back to your cell. The door opens up and she steps inside and the door closes behind her. I'm going to pause here. We're going to take a brief bio break. The CAG stands before you. She clasps her hands behind her back. Oh, it appears you saved the life of a prisoner.
Ma'am? A superior officer, ma'am.
A prisoner.
Yes, ma'am.
What he stands accused of. His rank is not important. What have you learned in the past 5 days, Rev?
I've learned to respect the decisions of my superiors. I have learned that they know more and better than I do. Ma'am.
What I think is more important for you to learn, Rev, is that if you have a concern, you bring it to your superior officer in a more diplomatic fashion, showing the respect you have not only for the person, but the rank.
I understand, sir. I was, like most of us, I was stretched thin and was put in an unfamiliar combat situation. That's no excuse. Those on my squad exemplified themselves in standing up for the unusual circumstances, and I failed you. And I'm sorry, sir.
You did. You did fail me. Put in for your reward. I made sure you received the highest honor. So your word has weight. The embarrassment you caused me was significant. There are people within this fleet who do not have the fleet's interests in mind, and they seek to undermine, create dissension. You only helped them, Rev.
I understand my mistakes, ma'am. I am used to confronting the enemy one-on-one. I am not used to the politics that are going on. And I know now in the future I should come to you because you can help handle this. You can handle this in such a way that it focuses us towards the enemy instead of at each other.
And I think you're trying to cover up here, right? You're trying to show that you have learned enough, show some contrition, and right, like end this imprisonment. Does that feel right, or is that the goal here with this conversation?
Yes, I think that
Okay.
you're exactly right. I'm trying to show contrition and show that I've learned the lesson I was put here to, and that I can be a good little soldier. I'm not sure it's cover up because that's a deception.
That's true. That's
It
true.
might be
That's why I
reach
was
out,
checking in.
which
Oh,
might be share your
interesting.
feelings.
Woo! Or it could be pull strings. So which would you rather? Pull strings to get the fleet to do what you want, or reaching out to someone who matters to you to see if they respond positively?
I think it's reach out. I think that whenever I come up with a political thing that Rev can't handle, then it would be a pull string to get
That
the
seems
CAG
fair.
to take care of it. Yeah.
All
that
right.
makes sense.
Well, the NPC's reaction is determined by the dice. So let's
Okay.
see you roll plus warm.
And that's warm.
Uh-huh.
My warm is a 0. Okay.
My X is a 0 is a common phrase uttered in this game.
So that's snake eyes.
Wow. She says, very well. You may return to duty, ensign. And then she turns and crisply walks out.
Good.
And you've been busted down a rank.
And I salute and yeah. Okay. And I think the first thing, so, I think I step out, I'm going to go clean up, and then I'm going to go search for Marwin. Oh, wait.
That's awesome.
Is that right? No, I want to continue this conversation with the CAG because I'm following through on the politics that I don't understand. And I'm saying, Obek requested that I set up a meeting. CAG, sir. Obek requested that I set up a meeting with Lieutenant Ganson, so that they could discuss whatever happened with Commander Obek. Is that something you can assist with, or should I take that on my own?
Take that on your own, Ensign. You're only delivering a message. Though I do believe that the messages he has already sent were delivered appropriately. I am curious how Marwin will react when you speak with him about it. You'll report that back to me, Ensign.
Of course, I will. Thank you for this opportunity.
Sweet. So we'll pick up with you finding Ganson in a moment, but I want to pick up with Jaina Madar meeting with Commandant Okma. Is this in Bolt's office or back at your quarters, or where is it that you and Okma are speaking in private?
I feel like it's probably my quarters. Yeah, I think it's my quarters. I think that with her, I would actually be a little insecure having it in Bolt's office. Or would that be a good power move?
That's why I asked the question. I'm like, I can see lots of different permutations on how this happens.
No, it's Bolt's. I talked myself into it. It's Bolt's office.
So Okma comes in, and she has in her hand a camera droid. She reaches and very obviously turns it off, and the door closes, walks over, places it on the desk, and then sits on the desk across from you, but sits on your desk.
Commandant, how can I help you? You're here for business or pleasure?
Probably business, Jaina. Darling, you got people who are watching you. Why did you take over Bolt's office right away when you haven't even received the position? You sure that you're going to receive it? Do you think that's the best call?
I trust my superiors to make the decision that's best for the ISB. I merely saw an opportunity to spread out a little, and Bolt's office has some amenities that I thought could be helpful to have at hand, and I cleared it with my superiors that I can work out of this office.
You don't have many superiors left, darling. She slides off the desk and walks around behind you and does this, like, you're still in your chair. She like brushes against you as she moves her hand forward and opens one of the drawers on the desk and pulls out a bottle of liquor.
It seems like you know this office well, Commandant.
Would seem so, wouldn't it? That's, of course, to your benefit, Jaina.
Mm-hmm.
Shobus has her sights set on you, darling. I don't think she agrees with you being here at all.
Can I ask a super quick clarifying question?
Absolutely.
What is the difference between Imperial intelligence and the ISB?
They were two distinct operations in the old empire, and now there's a whole lot of overlap that's become more and more apparent with less people.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's like, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah, CIA versus NSA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we the CIA or the NSA? Yeah. Shobus just wants to consolidate power. That's all.
No. I don't know if it was you or her who took out Bolt. She leaves a period of ellipsis to see if you'll fill in the blanks there.
You know, I had heard that that Shobus was interested in you. Something that was seen on one of those droids of hers. What's going on here, Okuma?
Oof, I think you're calling someone on this.
I think so, yeah. I think so. All right. I think this is similar to the last one. I want her to be to kind of come clean, say what she really wants here. So
No plus hard. Which for you is 0.
It is 0. I don't know why I look every time. I know it's 0. I just need what I need to remember. Well, I remember that smooth is 1, so I just need to remember that raw is -1, and then I'm good.
You could roll with relationship.
That's a 9 without relationship. So with relationship, that would be an 11. So yeah, I think that's a full success. So she can either act to prove me wrong by doing what I ask, or openly and forcefully refuse to do what I ask.
Nice.
I assume NPCs don't have pressure to mark.
Generally, they don't. She's going to do what you ask, which is be truthful, like reveal. And she fetches a couple of tumblers from the same drawer, sets them down, pours one for you, hands you the liquor, sets the bottle down. Jaina, we have an opportunity here. You see, Shobus thinks that I would betray you. And she thinks she has some dirt on me that could force me to do so, but here I am. I'm yours.
You know, when I asked earlier if this was business or pleasure, I never thought there was a distinction for you. Are you telling me different? Do I matter to you, Commandant?
Damn it all. I wish it weren't true, Jaina. It'd be so much easier to just give Shobus what she wants, let her take power. There's something about you I just don't understand. I like understanding things, Jaina. I like knowing where pieces fit. I guess you matter.
Some pieces don't fit easily.
Oh, we fit together quite fine. At least I think so.
Had fun.
Don't you think so?
I think I didn't interrupt her, and this is where I say what I just said.
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
We've had
it.
our fun. Oh yeah, no. I think it was better that way. So, does Okuma have a first name? I mean, it's
We need to give her a first
not,
name. Let's give her.
I can't
her
remember
first
if we
name.
had previously.
I don't
or
think
not.
we discussed it. Let's give her a very girly first name that she never uses. Girly, feminine, something pretty.
Oh, Penelope, I like that.
That's good. Let's go with Penelope.
We've had a lot of fun together, Penelope. And I won't pretend that it's felt like more. But I find it really hard to trust you. I think I'm reaching out.
Nice.
Sharing my feelings about her.
Nice. Roll plus warm, which for you, 0.
I get to roll plus smooth.
Oh.
Because I'm a piece of shit. Okay. So I get to roll plus smooth. Let's see here. Modifier 1. That's an 8.
Okay.
I'll take it.
On a hit, they respond positively, and you each erase 1 pressure. You choose who erases, and I assume you're choosing that you erase pressure.
Yes.
Okay.
I do. And I increase my relationship with her by 1.
You do.
Which maxes it out. Oh, and XP.
Yeah, it's a cardinal move.
Oh, I've been forgetting about XP. Have I rolled any other cardinal moves? No, I've only rolled call someone on this shit, I think. Okay.
Yeah, and that's not cardinal. Jaina. Damn it all. Shobus could ruin me, and I am offering it to you so that you can stay in this damn boring office. That bottle of liquor is the only part of this whole office that's any good.
No, I Penelope, I agree completely. Bolt certainly had left a lot to be desired. In that is, I don't know if it's how she said it, but that was definitely flirting.
Nice. That she's got to slide her hand up your shoulder, thinking, okay, good. We've reached an accord. We've expressed feelings. We like each other.
Mm-hmm. This also situates me well to be able to use my my alternate cover up kind of thing. Mm-hmm. If this is back on, so close ranks. So, I was manipulating.
Yeah. And she's not, it seems, because
Yeah,
she...
Jaina doesn't withdraw.
Yeah, she's going to shove you back on Bolt's desk, and you two are going to become intimate as long as you don't stop her, because that seems exciting. And I think we'll cut scene.
Fade to black.
Yeah, fade to black there.
Well, let's be realistic. It's a wipe of some sort, but
I assume I'm not coming through clearly for you guys, but possibly for audio.
A little bit. You're a little choppy.
A little choppy.
Better now than it was for a second there.
a little choppy and sometimes some lag.
Okay. I'm trying to shut down anything and everything in the background because I don't know what's eating up my bandwidth.
Could it be anything on our end?
Unlikely. I don't think you guys are seeing lag on your end, are you? Like between each other?
No.
Okay.
It seems pretty stable now.
Okay. Okay, cool. I would like to jump to Rev arriving to see Marwin. Does that sound fun?
So I think Rev cleans up, and then actually just sends a comm to Marwin to request a meeting at a location of his preference.
Okay, now where would we meet? I don't think he knows you've been busted down to ensign, so he'd probably want to meet like the place you had like your party for your medal last time.
Right. And I think that so we meet up there, and I think I get some hassle, like of the equivalent of a bouncer at the door. Like, Ensign, you can't come in here. Ensign Rev, they know me, right? And they're just hassling me. And that's whenever you arrive, that's what's happening.
Oh no. And so this is like a bouncer or someone like, is this someone higher rank than you or?
Now,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think that it's not necessarily exactly a bouncer. It's just sort of like the lookout who, lets everyone know whenever an officer comes in, that might cause trouble for this speakeasy kind of place.
Gotcha. I think just looks the bouncer up and down. It's like, I've cracked open one skull for her before. I can do it again.
And of course, whenever you walk up, Rev comes to attention.
At ease.
Yes. And then eyes the bouncer. And I think at that point, the two of us walk in.
I like that. I don't think it makes sense to force a roll there. So that just happens.
It's been a while.
And yeah, it's been a while. A lot of things have happened.
How have you been treated lately?
Like the Imperial soldier that I am. But I didn't contact you for me. One of the other people who was in the cells with me was Commander Obok Vander II,
Uh-huh.
and he requested that I get in contact with you
Oh,
to share
tell
a
us the news.
message. To share a message that he needed to talk to you about what was happening. However, before anyone was able to talk to you, there was an attempt made on his life with an assassination bug. I don't know, the ones I'm used to seeing on Endor, they're little bugs, and they cause a terrible amount of pain. But the person normally recovers. I assume on a starship like this, someone wouldn't recover from that.
That just seems sloppy, sending insects. Wasn't even a mechanical insect.
In the past, we've had problems with mouse droids, so some might be looking out for mouse droids or mechanical insects. And yeah, it does seem sloppy. We did just procure the herd ship that has a jungle on it.
Seems that someone may be attempting to utilize new outlets.
Maybe.
Did he? I assume he survived this attempt.
He was, but I have no idea if any further attempts have been taken.
Yeah, and so Marwin will no, it's like hit me then.
I take it from what Commander Obek said, you had not been meeting with him before. Why is that? If I may be so bold.
I suppose it's in your nature to be so bold. But if I'm being honest, I have died for Commander Obok the second 5, 6, more than one hand. I was growing tired of putting my life on the line for him at every time he's inconvenienced.
I see. You must be a very loyal friend to have paid this price so many times for them.
I am loyal to my friends, yes.
And to the Empire.
Of course I'm loyal to the Empire, but friends are harder to come by than allies. I'm sorry for blaming you for not getting my grandmother to the ship in time. I've come to realize that that was unfair to hold you accountable for such happenstance.
Think nothing of it. I do not. Fairness isn't something that I hold in high regard, so it doesn't matter much to me. However, I would appreciate your assistance if you could. I am a weapon to be used against the terrorists. And since my reduction in rank gives me less leeway to that whenever I can engage with the enemy, I would appreciate any assistance that you could provide in directing me towards the enemy.
I think we can kill two porgs with one stone then. As it seems that we already have someone who has a target on their back. And we just need to draw out the sniper to shoot at the target. Then you will have someone think to aim at yourself.
Who is the rebel scum that we're talking about?
Oh, no. As I said, I've died for Vander 5, 6 times. It's time for him to put his money where his loyalties lie. He can be bait.
Ah. And you want to draw out the terrorist sympathizer with him as bait.
Of course, I would never put a friend on the line after all.
I see. Good. And you want me to help find who this sympathizer is and eliminate them. I like this.
Yes, it should get you many more accommodations.
Accommodations mean nothing to me as long as I can stay pointed at the enemy. Thank you.
I like your candor, Rev. It makes this very simple.
You're welcome. Yes.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be a perfect time to go see Obak, as the new move I took was followers that are politicians that are going to be trying to help me with their cause and my cause. So this is going to be great.
And I think the next thing for Rev would be to go report to the CAG about what the plan is.
Yeah. Oh, the whiz. We leave.
Rich, did you want to take a break to try and reset?
Yeah, let's take a break. I'll reach out to everybody via email to resend